Zen Alpha had been struggling. Zen Alpha is doomed. We all seen those videos. And we all thought it was like the meme we always have to make fun of the youngest generation. But I think the facts are actually true. Zen Alpha is struggling in schools. Okay? American students are struggling academically. When your brain is more concerned about Ranky Box and brain rot like Skibidi Toilet, well, it's not too surprising Zen Alpha is struggling, and I know people can blame the boomers for this, but it's really the millennials' fault because the boomers can't have kids anymore, okay? They're too old to have kids, okay? Yeah, there is a literal age where you can't have kids unless, there's like something they can do to fix that whole thing. Well, you can have like, there's a lot of animals that can have kids indefinitely. we basically, or we solved the whole aging thing. Basically, boomers are not gonna be able to have kids. I am sorry. They already had their kids. They have basically retired at this point. And now we have this is the next generation, Zen Alpha. I think we're truly screwed. They're the ones who constantly watch Sniper Wolf all day, or Ranky Box all day, or they watch Skibidi Toilet all day, or they're on the phones all day playing Fortnite. Okay. Well, it's funny, we're giving money to Ukraine, but we should be giving money to ban Skibidi Toilet and ban these garbage YouTube channels that they watch, okay? That, they're blaming COVID for this, obviously, which I do think COVID is a factor, but you gotta realize that the brainwash that is on TikTok, that's on YouTube, okay? You have bad influences like, Jack Zordy or Andrew Tate, or even want to go further down the rabbit hole, people like, Nick Fuentes, there are kids who are really being influenced by Nick Fuentes and are going to copy everything they say or say what Andrew Tate says, which is pretty funny. It's funny, they'll give what's a bad and good role model, but they'll say that Nick Fuentes, these people will be growing up with Nick Fuentes or Andrew Tate, which I think is a problem, or they'll be growing up with the much more common things like Skibidi Toilet, okay, or they'll be growing up watching, random girls on Twitch sort of bodies. Like this is a serious. I do not think that there might be a point where the internet may need to be regulated by the U.S. government, because stuff like Skibidi Toilet is negatively impacting kids, and it is not too surprising or too much. Yeah. Stall in $122 billion added federal agencies for all across the country. Some students may never catch up. And yes, COVID is to blame partially for this because they force everybody to stay inside. But in all states, that is the problem. Boom. This is a problem in all of the states. This must be like an Asian school, because it says young wing school. Apparently there's like an Asian area where it's mostly Asians. Even Asians are struggling because it's Skibidi Toilet's fault. It's the fault of Skibidi Toilet. Okay, Skibidi Toilet, Ranky Box, and Sniper Wolf, and very many more. Okay, Jack Doherty is another really bad one. Kids are really trying to copy Jack Doherty's behavior, like Zen Alpha and very very young Gen Z, are trying to copy these channels, like Jack Doherty, because they think they're gonna get clout on this. Okay, Alabama is the only state to exceed pre-academic, so only Alabama is doing well. I guess we gotta do what Alabama's doing. I guess Alabama must have banned Skibidi Toilet and Ranky Box and put them into the stratosphere. Okay, because all of these schools are struggling. Okay, they're struggling with the real pandemic, and that's Skibidi Toilet, that's Ranky Box, all these similar channels like Sniper Wolf. Okay, I get it, kids want to pass the time, but they should well be doing their school. Okay, I hated school, I hated the whole thing of school, but these kids are just thinking Skibidi Toilet is more important than school. Okay, there's a reason why there's a Skibidi Toilet syndrome. Okay, or Ranky Box syndrome, because these kids are obsessed with Skibidi Toilet. More than 13 states, 14 states, so that means around 41 states are struggling. Okay, not 41 states. Okay, I apparently I can't do math. 43 states are struggling. Okay, that includes California, New York, Texas, and many more. Okay, and many schools since weeks will end and cut back the programs in fall as well. So this is a very big problem because this is the next generation of kids as well. Here, Florida and all the schools are struggling, especially poor districts are going to be struggling. So we already had to struggle with the pandemic, okay? And of course the Republicans are pushing for discussions of race, gender, and sexuality. But why aren't we pushing for the banning of Skibidi Toilet in schools, or banning of Winky Box, or banning of Jack Doherty and all these influences that are really hampering people down? Okay, I think might be actual legislation coming in the future to hamper stuff like Skibidi Toilet and stuff. And I know a lot of these people don't want regulation on the internet. They don't, okay? But I think it's going to be an inevitable thing that's going to happen. There's going to be regulation on the internet, okay? Yeah, okay? And also the whole thing with gender and sexuality, that's another TikTok trend. That's another TikTok thing. Why don't we go out? Oh, wait, they are going after TikTok. Why don't we go after social media? Because social media is the one that's pushing all this stuff. Social media, where they're pushing, it's cool to be LGBT and stuff. Like, there are actually people who are genuine, but the real amount of actual LGBT people are probably like 2 to 4% of the population. The rest are people who are doing it because they think it's trendy or cool to do it, Yeah. But they're grappling with teacher shortages, they're grappling with all of these problems. Schools are struggling, and we have seen this for the past couple of years. Schools have been struggling, okay? They have been struggling. They've been struggling with Gen Alpha and Gen Z, but mostly now Gen Alpha. But it's funny to call Gen Alpha, but they're really like the worst generation ever. Okay, imagine 2060, Gen Alphas in the 40s. They're the ones influencing politics, and they're like, they're gonna make Skibidi Toilet Day a national holiday. Okay. To memorandum in Skibidi Toilet, we're gonna make April 8th Skibidi Toilet Day, which means everybody will have off for Skibidi Toilet Day. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Gen Alpha, I remember the days of talking to my AI waifu 02. Yeah, those were the days. I'm 13 years old. I'm talking to I can't. Instead of getting an actual girlfriend, I'm going to talk to my AI waifu of 02. Okay, or something like that. It's just pretty funny with these people. They are obsessed with, and America's just having a struggle with schools and Gen Alpha, being behind everything. And yes, COVID can be to be blamed for some of this, but it's really because of the internet and because of influencers, because of TikTok, because of, because guess what these kids are doing during the pandemic? Well, guess what? They were watching Winky Box and Skibidi Toilet and TikToks, telling them the earth is flat, or telling them, that you must watch Nick Fuentes because he's based, or telling them that Andrew Tate is based, or that stuff like that. And they're going to go down those rabbit holes. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.